tasted the fresh water of our lakes, our rivers.
This is pretty incredible news. I think it's going to energize a lot of people. You got a massive fan base. High Limit's got a great thing going. This guy's Tony Stewart. Putting all that together is a win for everybody.
You know, Donnie wanted to make a change. It was our loss and it was Rico's game. And the great thing is it's kind of like they're bringing the band back together, so to speak.
Following is a production of Dirty Mo Media. Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr., another episode of the Dale Jr. Download here with a guest segment. We got a big surprise for you today, a big announcement. We have two guests coming on the show. Rico Abreu and Tony Stewart are going to come in here and talk about some announcement that they have. I bet you can imagine what this may entail, but it's pretty exciting as a motorsports fan. And not only will we talk to Rico a little bit about what he's got going on with High Limit, he's the points leader, won a lot of races this year, having a successful season. We're also going to talk to Tony about driving in NHRA, the crash that he had this past weekend, his plans going forward. What motivates Tony Stewart these days at 54 years old? I love that he's still active and still driving. How much longer do you think he's going to do that? Should be a lot of fun to talk to these two guys. So they've been waiting patiently to come into the room, so let's get started. So you two guys are here for a pretty damn big announcement and a secret I don't know how you kept.
Yeah, especially because I know him, and I know me, and I know other players involved in this, and none of us are good at keeping secrets.
Oh, my gosh. So Rico's going to join Tony Stewart Racing.
Yep.
And so Rico you drive for your family team, right, in High Limit. Very successful. You're leading the points, winning races. Tony, you've had a winged car for your entire life. You've owned a team with Donnie, been very successful. You decided to make a change, and so I want to know, this is pretty incredible news. I think it's going to energize a lot of people. You got a massive fan base. High Limit's got a great thing going. This guy's Tony Stewart, right? Putting all that together is a win for everybody. So how did the conversation start?
We've been friends for a long time. I mean, when Rico decided he was going to bring his team to Indiana and race in the Midwest in the summer and start traveling, stayed at the ranch with us, which at the time seemed like a great idea, by the way. But you realize you have been down this road, same road you've been down. You realize in a short amount of time that inviting him and his team to stay in your house is a terrible idea. But because of that, we built a great friendship. And it was probably, I'm going to say, 4, maybe 5 years ago was the first time that we had a discussion about him being a part of TSR. But just everything didn't align, and the variables weren't right at the time. So come down the road, and now, you know, we're in a situation where we're ready to make a change. We know we have to make a change. And his program, and I will say this, as long as I've known him, I mean, he's the guy that's always the one cutting up and having fun and crazy pranks and all that stuff. In the last 2 years, this man has literally transformed. He still does all that stuff, but he's added another dimension. He's added the dimension that you and I have had to do, and add the business side to it and management side to our programs. And what he's done with his program now is he's built it into a very, very professional race team where he's taking care of the sponsors. He's doing all the sponsorship packages and proposals. He's running the whole race team. He's taking care of the budgets and the books. And now we're just in a situation where I think for us it made sense to blend our teams together. Rico gets to run the whole program, and which is great for me. I've got enough on my plate. I don't want to have to run a program anymore. You know, we had always let Donnie Schatz run our program in the past, and, you know, that kind of got us down a road we didn't really want to be in. But Rico's done such a great job these last couple of years building this that, you know, got a phone call out of the blue from him, and he goes, hey, what do you think about merging our programs together? And honestly, it was the first time I thought about taking two programs like that and merging them into one, but it was his brainchild. I mean, he's the brains behind the idea, and the more we talked about it, the more it made sense. And like I said, the last 2 years, what he's turned into as a business guy, on top of being an awesome race car driver and a great friend, he's ready for this transition.
So, Rico, what
Lovely
does all this
afternoon
mean
for a fish,
physically for
or
your team,
perhaps
his
a
team?
purchase?
How does all this happen?
One walk on the rock.
I just it's a mega opportunity for me to race for a top tier team that's a championship molded team. I felt like probably over the last decade I've invested my entire life into sprint car racing. And I got the opportunity to race some stock car stuff in 15 and 16, and just realized that it takes an army of people to get a driver to the next level in this industry. And I started to really understand the process of the sport and where you need to be in position to be a successful race car driver. And I kept pushing back to sprint car racing and how much I love sprint car racing and the people and the control I had with the 3 employees that I have working on my car, no matter what year it was, and just the parts and pieces of how you dissect a sprint car team to be operate at a professional level. And thinking about all this TSR stuff over the last few years and just my relationship with Tony, I think it's, I felt like it was very fitting for me to have a conversation with Tony about it and just see if there was potential thought there. And I thought that the way originally when I had sat down and approached this to them, it got kind of complicated on how we would, blend partnerships, and everybody, was continued to stay invested into the programs. And then I just thought, I kept thinking about it, and I called Tony one day and I just said, like, why don't we just simplify this, and we just figure out how to get me over to your race team to continue to have it operate at a high level. And it's always operated at a high level, but to get the infrastructure to where I feel I could bring that positive energy into a establishment that was exciting, and I was ready to take that next step in my career. And I just feel that to align myself with a brand as big as Tony Stewart's is quite amazing for me to have that chance to just allow our partners to be a part of that. I think that when you look at this thing, it's I've built these amazing partnerships with Rico Avery Racing, and now they're going to get the opportunity to come be a part of Tony Stewart Racing, and the partnerships Tony Stewart's has built is going to get the opportunity to be a part of Rico Avery.
Where is your race team ran at?
I run my team about 2 miles away from Tony's shop in Brownsburg, Indiana.
So you're just going over to his shop now?
We're going to go to Tony Stewart Racing.
What about people, employees? How's all that work?
We're just bringing his whole program over, essentially. I mean, we have one of our guys that currently is our crew chief. He wasn't a crew chief till the very end of last season. And Rico's crew chief used to work for TSR and was Donnie's crew chief for years. And, Donnie wanted to make a change, couldn't work with Ricky anymore. So, it was our loss and it was Rico's gain. And the great thing is it's kind of like bringing the band back together, so to speak, but bringing a positive energy with it, like Rico mentioned, and positive attitudes. But Rico's got a great team established, and you and I both know we've worked with many crew guys over our years, and when you find a group that work well together and gel together, and honestly in the sprint car deal I feel like it's even more critical than what you and I've been a part of, because there's only 3 guys that work on this race car. Well, those 3 guys travel together in the same truck and trailer all year long. So if one of those guys has a bad day, that's 33% of your program versus, we're used to 300-person programs. You have a guy that has a bad day, it's 1/3 of 1%. So, I mean, it really puts the importance on how these guys deal with it. He's got a great group.
I feel like that's one thing that's really made my team run at a successful pace is just my availability throughout the week, and just the passion I have for making sure the employees are in a great atmosphere. I think that's 85% of sprint car racing, just with the travel down the roads. I mean, it's nonstop. I'm at 60-something races this year, and I'm probably over 200 days in a hotel room and we travel with my team. So my wife and I, Megan, have a merchandise trailer. We take to all the races and try to showcase some really cool merchandise to the race fans. And the growth of sprint car racing right now is tremendously, rapidly happening fast, and the stands, countrywide are full. One thing I've really noticed is the youth of our industry, the kids that are coming to these races, and my friend Toby Lavone and I have really worked on a YouTube channel, and I've really seen that the kids are really active to the YouTube side of the, social platforms, and that's been really cool to see where our sport is going, and it's going very quickly with that FS1. Just covered Eldora Speedway, and it was, as much as the event had some scary crashes, the fans got to see a little bit of everything there with how good the racing looked.
How about the equipment, the physical equipment? Like you've got race cars, he's got race cars. How do you? Are you bringing all your stuff
We're
over?
Just blend it together. Just blend it together and figure it out later. I told I'm not going to sit here and nickel and dime him over some of my parts or his parts. And I just feel like you just push it all together, you simplify it. Yeah. We're in a performance-based business, so you're going to buy parts that are operating in the industry, and if they quit operating, you're going to change pace and buy something else.
When do you guys go down the road as a race team?
This will be 2026, right? So we'll start February, March time. Yeah, it'll be happening really quickly.
Yeah. So you have a plan to finish out the rest of the year. Y'all don't have much racing left. Your final race, I guess, in High Limits in October.
Yeah, we got 10 high limit races left. We just took the point lead over the weekend. The points are tight with the top three. We got Reitzel and Sweet. That's they're obviously no slouches in the series. We're leading the series in most wins right now, leading high limit in historical most wins. So it's been really cool to kind of get on the other side of, just my career. I feel like I'm in the prime of my career, 33 years old, and just have worked really hard and dreamed of being in this position. And I know that it takes like everything I have to continue to stay at this level. And a lot of it's the team. I have an amazing crew with Ricky Warner, Zach Middlebrooks. They've been with me for 4 years now, full time, and it's we've become a family. And I feel like that's what it takes to operate at a very high level, and that's what I envision. I continue to envision it, and I continue just to work my ass off for it. And I feel that, with our sport, with how many races we run, you're going to have up and down nights, and I get quite hard on myself with the down nights just because I know where the team needs to be, and I put a lot of that on myself when we get out on the racetrack, because you're really just trying to drive the out of this race car, and it's a sprint car, and it's it's really exciting to shift in this point of my career to the good side of it all.
Yeah. The High Limit Racing developed a franchise system. The franchise that y'all, this team will utilize will be the one that's yours. How do y'all manage that piece of the puzzle? We look at NASCAR and the charter system and the values of those charters, and you would hope that this franchise gains value over time, and this is a very important piece of the puzzle for you yourself personally. Long term, you've been gifted this opportunity to have one of these, and if High Limit continues to grow and expand, the big asset for you personally beyond your driving career, whatever you do successfully, is the franchise, right? So help us understand, I guess, as fans that are kind of new to this, how the conversation goes around the franchise, you lease, what's going on?
Yeah, so the franchise, the vision that Kyle and Larson and Brad Sweet and Flo, Mark Floriani created here is very appealing as a business owner, to be a part of something like that. And ultimately that was, one of my major decisions to compete with High Limit full time, and, to be rewarded with a franchise and possibly the number one franchise next year if we can win the championship, is going to be a huge step for me on the business side of operating my race team financially, and I feel that it's become very sustainable business, and this is another reason why I wanted to push towards this partnership with Tony, and us collaborating on something really big here. And we just discussed Tony leasing the franchise from me and High Limit approving the lease. So Tony Stewart Racing will lease the franchise from Reed Raby Racing. Wow. So
do you understand, I guess, through this process, the value of the franchise?
Yeah, I know over time that how you continue to perform, right? It's going to be performance based on where you're seated over a 2-year period. So I know that's how important it is to perform and continue to perform. And ultimately, it's winning races, right? And that's performing and winning championships. And Tony Stewart Racing is a championship molded team, and it's I felt that in order for me to get to the next level, to continue that championship mentality, aligning myself with Tony and his infrastructure internally at Tony Stewart Racing is going to be the ticket to continuing that franchise and keeping it at a high value.
How difficult was it, Tony, to end the relationship with Donnie after all these years?
Yeah, after 18 years, it's very tough. I mean, it's, for 18 years, I let him guide the ship. From day one, and you talked about equipment and everything. Literally, we had a program. We had Danny Lasowski at first, brought Paul McMahon, Craig Kinzer in, and then when we brought Donnie in, I mean, we literally had 2 different chassis packages, 2 different engine packages, and Donnie was able to kind of dictate what we did over there for these 18 years. But when you look at the records of what we did during that 18-year span, I mean, we won a lot of races, a lot of crown jewel events, a lot of championships. And my goal was to ultimately, at the end of the day, I wanted Donnie Schatz to retire as a sprint car driver driving the TSR car. But, you've been around this long enough, and really in the sport of sprint car racing, we probably have the longest relationship of any full-time team right now. But it just comes to a point where it's, things cycle through and decisions are made along the way, and the variables in the equation change, and finally it just got down a path that we couldn't recover from, and you have to make that tough decision. In all honesty, I probably should have done it 2 years ago, for the sake of our people. But, I was very loyal to Donnie as long as I could be, and finally you just get to a position where you realize you have to make a change. And I literally remember going to bed the night before I called Donnie. I said, I feel like I'm getting ready to sign divorce papers tomorrow. That's how bad it felt.
Yeah.
But, I want him to succeed. I want him to get back in form. But just you get to a point as a team and an organization where you've got down a rabbit hole for so long that you just realize you can't fix this. This isn't going, no matter what you do, no matter what you change, no matter what shock program, what engine program. I mean, we changed everything. Anything he asked for, we gave him, and you just can't get the results. And you just realize at some point you're just butting heads and you're not going to fix it. So it is a hard decision, but that's what's so great about partnering up with Rico now and having him come on board is that I told Misha driving here, I said, I haven't been this excited about sprint car racing in a long time. I mean, it's always my number one passion. Literally, everything I've ever driven, dirt sprint car racing is my number one passion. But it's been hard the last couple of years to get excited about going to the racetrack because it's just been so much friction and such a toxic atmosphere, with Donnie and the team that, you got a lot of other things going on. You get married, you start a family, you gravitate toward those things and put the energy over there. And I told Misha, I said, I haven't been this excited about going sprint car racing in a long time. It is my number one passion, but doing this and finally having an opportunity to do it with Rico is something that we've literally talked about for years, and it just wasn't the right opportunity until now. So, for me, it's a new start and a fresh beginning.
What's your excitement level around competing in high limit, knowing the connections?
Yeah, and we sold our All-Star series to Brad and Kyle, and it was part of an effort to help build High Limit. We have a great partner with World of Outlaws as well. I mean, obviously, World Racing Group and Brian Carter and his staff, we've worked together a long time and had a great partnership there. This isn't an easy decision on that because now you have 2 major series, and but I like what Kyle and Brad are doing. I think Brad really pours his heart and soul into this, and not only is he running a series, but he's competing in it at the same time, which is very, very hard to do. So I like the concept of what they're trying to build and how they're going about doing it, and I think they're doing things for the right reasons. And because of that, I mean, and obviously knowing that he has that charter available to him. I keep saying charter, franchise. That's from us being ingrained in what we do. But, I know what that value means to him. So, I wasn't going to ask him to switch. I mean, it's a great business opportunity for him and that he deserves. I mean, you listen to him and how he's talking about our program right now, and he's worked hard to build himself in a position to do great things.
For people that, myself too, I'm a casual fan. You'll run how many races, give or take, next year?
I schedule 85 and probably end up about 70.
And every single one of those will be in for Tony Stewart Racing.
Every single race next year will be for Tony Stewart Racing.
Outside of High Limit, how do you choose where and when you're going to race?
I like to look at logistics and travel and just some of the cost of like wear and tear on the personnel internally in the team. Like, I'm not going to send my guys 5 hours to west and then turn around and send them 10 hours east overnight. And so it's got to make sense. But I really focus on the racing around, first and foremost, the High Limit Series and the scheduled races and being at those races. But then, you have the Knoxville Nationals and the Kings Royals. So it's important to get to those tracks before those events. And I tried to get to Knoxville a few times this year before the Nationals and felt like we tested there a couple times and just get the team up to speed to when you do get to the Nationals, you have your playbook on how things lay out for the Nationals, and the formats are different. So it's not something we're used to racing at when you get to these events, but you have preparation of balance in your car and stuff, because our races are so quick paced. They're 2 laps to qualify or 3 laps to practice and 2 laps to qualify in a heat race and a 30-lap main, and you're on the road to the next track.
Yeah, I was going to ask the question. With the High Limit schedule, you do go to those racetracks for their weekly regular show ahead of time to be able to, get your opportunity to be there and how to kind of.
Brad and Kyle have been really flexible with opening the schedule up and not competing against major other events.
Yeah.
So it's allowed us to go to those tracks. High Limit doesn't go to Knoxville Raceway, but they go to Eldora Speedway. And it sounds like, this year there's going to be possibly a little more flexibility in the schedules to get to Eldora or Knoxville again prior to those events.
Yeah.
So that helps us out a lot. So when we do show up at a World of Outlaw race, we're, up to speed pretty quickly.
What do you think is the next evolution of High Limit?
Linear television. Getting linear television.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this, but you think there's without alienating the Flow audience, obviously, right? So, like, I feel like, and you probably had the same experience when you were on FS1. Our audience on Flow didn't change.
No.
And so
I think that was really impressive.
Yeah, as a Flow fan,
yeah,
they're going to watch it on the Flow.
Yeah. And that's all with the comfortability that Flow's created for that fan base of the viewers, right? And how easy and accessible it is to utilize their platform to watch the races. And hell, my dad used to come to almost every single one of my races, and when Flo started the streaming, he'll call and rip my ass after the race.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier it just makes things.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
I love it. I tell people today, I'm like, man, people are so spoiled, because I remember not 10 years ago, I couldn't watch a weekly show on a streaming platform. And now there's, there's multiple types of platforms where you can almost see about any race going on anywhere in the country just by mashing a couple buttons. It's just like the convenience of use. I think we all forget just how easy that is and nice it is.
But I think that's also why short track racing and dirt track racing for us has grown so much in the last couple of years. Is it is more accessible, and I think immediately the first thing that happened when all the streaming with Flow came around and Dirt Vision had their set races and everything, but I think everybody from the promotion side, owning a racetrack, I was worried about how's it going to hurt my gate?
Right.
Is it going to hurt ticket sales? And it didn't. And in all reality, what it did is it went the opposite way, because now people that didn't have a chance or an opportunity to go to your racetrack now see it on a streaming platform and go, I really want to go. I got to go to that place. And now you got people that are coming from clear across the country that have never been, that have heard of it and know, it's a great track, but it's clear across country. We're not going over there. Then when they get a chance to see it on a streaming platform and see a race there, they're like, we've got to go now.
Yeah.
So it's fun for us to go across the country and doing all the different things we're doing in motorsports, and hearing people go, hey, I'm coming to your track for the first time this year. Well, how'd you learn about it? Well, I just seen it on Flow. So that's the great thing for us. It's just I think that's how strong Mark and everybody at Flow has worked to ultimately change the game. I mean, it has totally changed the game of how our race fans engage with our sport.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, you want the latest Dale Jr. download apparel? Visit shop.dirtymomedia.com. We're always adding new stuff all the time, especially like when we say something silly on this show. We'll put it on a t-shirt. Again, check it out at shop.dirtymomedia.com. I've been watching you over the last several years. I find your direction and choices in life just fascinating as hell.
Like the change of wind direction or something.
Yeah, I just always kind of wondered, why you make some of the decisions you make. We've been such great friends for so many years, but you got into drag racing and have poured yourself into, like, you don't do anything half-ass, but you not only engulfed yourself into the world of drag racing and NHRA as an owner and building a team and managing all of those things, but you learned how to be a winning driver. And I found that incredibly fascinating, and have wanted to celebrate you because of your ability to do that at this point in your life. We get to a certain age and we decide that we're done taking chances, but there's some things that you're willing to take a chance on, take risks on, and salty, he should have done. Hurry up! I'm gonna have to hold this while you suck that. Lean down, you gotta lean down. You gotta lean down. I asked you to refract why you do that. Because he's gonna die. No, you're blowing, you're blowing. I said stop! Hey, LeBron. Mr. Big Nuts is Daddy and David the Protein, sponsor of today's video. I'm gonna be honest. This is my second batch of David's Protein because I ate all the other ones. And I'm going to start eating these ones as well. As you guys know, it's difficult to find a good protein bar. You buy a protein bar, it tastes like you're eating chalk, or you just read the nutritional facts, and most of the things in it are illegal. Crazy thing is, David Protein actually has the highest protein to calorie ratio on the market. We're talking about 28 grams of protein and only 150 calories, which is 75% calorie from protein, or CFP, which is 50% higher than any competitor. Plus, they score a 1.0 on protein digestibility, which, if you guys aren't aware, I have problems with my kidneys, and a factor in that is protein. You can only digest so much, you can only filter so much in your body, so that's actually really useful and really important for me. And whether I'm eating one of these post-workout or I'm eating one of these because I'm running out the door and I had no breakfast, they just naturally come in clutch. They don't spike your blood sugar, and they're also gluten tested under 10 parts per million. It's backed by athletes, doctors, dietitians. I'm not even kidding. So head to davidprotein.com. Get yours before they sell out, and if they are sold out, they have a store locator on their app. You can find them there. Thank you guys for sponsoring this video. I'll see you in a second. In the last YouTube video, I bought this fish. We named him 4x4 because I don't know. I think the other name option was Thrust, which I don't know if that's the best name to go on YouTube. I bought him because he's a stud. The only thing was, we were in Florida and I lived in Texas. So we snuck 4x4 through the airport onto an airplane all the way back to Texas. Being that I saved him from getting cooked, my job is now to keep him alive and give him a home. And that all starts here. Potential spam. We were just in Florida. You saw the whole pink lemonade drop. Yes, we dropped pink lemonade, by the way, if you guys didn't realize. That came out awesome. I think we're almost gone. I think it's almost gone. I saved a small portion of a pallet just so I can sign some bags. Other than that, they're gone. There's someone getting his pool. Now officially is the day we need to get 4x4 a tank. Okay. Gosh, we should have named him Big Chungus. Lucas is the best pig we've ever owned. Look at this thing. And all he does, look at him, listen to this.
Granted, that's not a scam. Well, I guess that was a real call.
Yeah, they were calling about canceling the mortgage. So you're glad I actually answered that. So that's the plan for today. Lucas is now. By the way. All right, let's go find a tank. I love this song. All right. right. I don't know what we're going for. I didn't want to get another tank for the inside of the house. But, like, what am I supposed to do? Say no to 4x4? Like, make them sleep outside?
Yeah, like, we gotta see 4x4.
I can't make him sleep outside. We've got to get him a tank. But if it's going to be a tank, it's got to be a cool tank. I would bet money. I would actually comfortably bet my life savings, which isn't that much, on the fact that they don't have a 4x4 here. Now, I can guarantee you there's not one fish shop we can go to in North Texas, probably in Texas at all,
Yeah.
that has 4x4, especially that big. There's just no way.
Yo, dude. Uncle Fellow, I do it again.
What the heck was even that?
What's going on?
That's cool. A little wall aquarium?
Got the mounted bracket glass rockets in there with it. It mounts inside your house.
Oh, very
Cool.
In the wall. And I'm thinking about water and the tank and the. I'll give you a video on each one. So, what kind of aquarium are you looking at? What kind of fish are you looking at? House?
I don't even know. We just look at stuff, get some inspiration.
This 65-gallon aquarium. And this 55, I've been at 55 before setting up saltwater. And they're big enough where you can put anything in them, like live fish or lobsters or anything. Switch to. So, it looks like it's about. This is the main thing that is to touch up, flatten it out, and then touch that up with some paint or whatever company. So that's the front of it. And then this is taking about, let's see, maybe $35 or $40. And that's also a full aquarium. This might have a canopy on it. The only thing is it needs some trim work right here. You can lift this top up and set any kind of a glass top on there. It's a real heavy duty.
I like this one. I like this one a lot.
You like that one?
Yeah, I feel like it's good shape. I definitely think that would fit the house.
Did you want me to make this up here for you, or?
Oh, no, you're good. I understand. He's just trying to help. He was adamant that we buy that wall. No, you were not taking that up to the front for me.
Richie, you don't want the tank?
No. There was a point in time. I don't know. We probably cut that clip up. We were in here for like 15 minutes. Tank shopping shouldn't be this odd. Okay, all right. This was an option. 400 though, I feel like it's got to go inside the house. You guys know we've been making the house nice. So I would say then maybe we need something like this.
That's nice.
That's pretty nice. But then we're at $700.
Holy moly.
And I think for $700, I know some better tanks. I do. This is nice. That's nice.
Both of them are.
But I think those are going to be a little small.
Yeah, 4x4 needs some room.
Yeah, we're spending $700 on that, and there's no built-in filter for salt water. I think I can find a tank that's built-in filter for salt water.
What did you say?
Looks like a crappie.
That's not why I was running away. I was coming over here to Gluck in the corner, and then he appeared at the door. I don't know. Maybe we can bargain one of the tanks that he has.
And it's a rock bass.
For every day.
There's no way we brought him all the way back from Florida to put him in a tub. There's just no way. It's got to be a good saltwater tank. Like, that's what we need. Oh, we also need to feed him. Feed him.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Brenton, can we feed him this?
What the fuck? You know, he probably would eat it. He probably would eat that koi fish. I was talking to the saltwater store in Florida, and they were like, if you want to feed him, you can't feed him like a big goldfish, right? See how he reacts to big stuff like that. It's probably going to be easier to get him to eat live food initially. I don't want to always have to feed him live food. Like, you know the little cubes, like the bloodworm cubes? Like, that's what you want to feed him. Even though it's not saltwater, they told me, just try goldfish. And they have feeder goldfish here.
Do they have saltwater goldfish?
No. We need the biggest feeder goldfish they have. God, I'm gonna sneeze. One of these. We need one of these.
Brenton, you okay?
Alright, the sneeze is gone. Let's go.
White crappie.
Right. So,
Please tell me I did not hook the white crappie.
How do you know that? You guys obviously don't know where we live, but like the city is within a bunch of cities, and it's a smaller city. We're like 50 minutes away from there.
Okay, didn't find a tank, but did find a massive goldfish named Fred. R.I.P. Fred. I just got off the phone with another fish store. They have a solar tank. It's expensive, but it's gonna be the same price as the other one, but it has a built-in filter, and it's nice. It matches the house. So we're gonna go home, check and make sure 4x4 is alive, go grab bits, and then go there, and then put Fred. I don't know what we're gonna do with Fred today. I think I know what we're getting. I didn't want to go this hard. Didn't want to snap this hard, guys.
Possibly.
No.
One's a white crappie.
Okay, but you like that. No, we're just smacking
And we
it.
got the white crappie. Actually, no, we got the rock bass. Run out of minnows.
Where's the fish tank?
I don't know about this. I can't really see it.
What is it the fish eat?
Other fish.
Rock bass.
That's not
Oh,
fish.
it's a black crappie. Yeah.
My finger in there.
Goddamn
Just
dime.
says
Black crappie.
Haven't done salt water in forever. Currently adding in our cups. Dude, just a lot of salt you need per tank. I need 11 of these. That's a lot. Oh my gosh.
Where?
I may have done that wrong.
Can I see this again?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a saltwater house fish tank, but it's not going to have a normal fish. No. This isn't a normal fish. People are going to come up and be like, what the f is that? Yeah.
I don't really know where that's at.
Yeah, why is it glowing like that?
Because there's a light bulb on it.
I want to say it's somewhere up in here, possibly right here.
Can we put fish in? Can I put fish in?
No.
Why?
Because it's venomous. You would grab it. Yeah, I don't think we should put them in yet. Even though we mixed it a little while ago, I don't want them to get like ammonia burn or anything like that. Even though we put stuff to cycle the tank, that's fine. I just want that salt to like mix. Yeah. So I think we're gonna wait till the morning. He should be okay in there with an aerator. We'll add him in the morning, and then hopefully he doesn't die. He got all the way here and he dies, and we put him in the tank. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. We gotta get him some wood tomorrow. Some wood? What, a 4x4? Yeah. What do I do with it? Good morning, everybody. I'm a little nervous right now. I just realized the fact that he has been in a cooler for going on like 30 hours now with an aerator. Not that that's bad, but like it's 8:30. I think he should still be alive. We just got to put him inside the tank. That's what we have to do. But good morning, everybody. He is right out there. He's in. Fred?
Fred up in the freezer.
I don't know. Fred made it to the freezer, though. All right, Fred. I'm going to run a little bit of water on him. Just like we defrost tilapia, we're defrosting Fred. And I have no idea if he's going to eat him or not. I actually can't tell. I genuinely don't know, dude. Look at him. He's just halfway sitting under that rock. It looks like he's glowing because how bright it is in there. Dude, I'm feeling he's not going to eat it. He was eating in the, or not eating, but he was attacking in the tank at the store. I just don't feel like, I don't know if this is going to work. Right? Dude, I have a feeling he's not going to eat him. Fred. Elvis is currently sitting down. Dude, he's not eating. Oh. I'm petting this venomous fish right now. Maybe he's not that mean. Fred, what the heck? Now Fred is just here, not being used. I don't know. Now I feel bad for Fred. Fred could be living right now, 4x4. Gosh, dang it, dude. Not good. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe it's because we just put him in. Yeah, maybe he's stressed. Maybe we got to give him a few days. Yeah. But the whole reason we got him was because of how he was in Florida in the fish market. You're home. Like tank-wise, everyone told me this is plenty big. They don't even move. They literally don't even move. I saw images on Google of them, of what people keep them in, and it's literally like micro box. I don't know. Maybe we did something wrong. The water is too salty. He's gonna die. Hurry up! I'm gonna have to hold this while you suck that. What do you mean by that?
Suck it?
Yes, you're gonna have to suck the end of this tube. It's gonna start compression, combusting, suction. Lean down, lean down. Lean down. I asked you to refract over why you do that. Because he's gonna die. No, you're blowing.
Later, American choppers rendered the French name English as Golden Bridge Day. I quite like the old
Why would you do that?
You're not supposed to let it go in your mouth.
You didn't tell me what to do. Well, how do we stop it?
Well, it's good now. It's supposed to be draining.
It's okay. It's just a little rusty. It's still.
Oh no, turn off. It's gonna explode. Honey, it's gonna explode.
Actually?
No.
Why is it doing that?
There's no water in left. I got a refractometer to pretty much test the salt levels. If you don't know what that is, biological, scientific chemistry. The water's too salty. That's why he didn't eat. I'm about positive of it. So we need to. There is salt water everywhere. Our salinity is a little high.
Well, we got eggs, I guess.
Suggest we need to take out about 15 gallons and replace it with fresh water. How did you just get under the counter? He must have not felt too good. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It's pretty bad. On a not so good note, there is salt water all over the floor still. Gonna have to figure that out. It's underneath the tank and the furniture. It's okay. It's okay. I gotta fill this back up. Should be good after that. He should be chilling. He hasn't moved at all, now that I think about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't seen the Zesty Snacks Pink Lemonade ad, you guys got to see it one time. I feel like I should roll it again. You guys got to see it. They say summer's over. The fun, the heat, the lemonade. What's going on, folks? That's right. We are going to the River Lake House Cabin. We are staying overnight for the very first time. We are going to be cooking. We're going to be fishing. We're going to take the boat out. Like I said, we're staying overnight, hopefully to catch a bunch of fish for a catch, clean, cook. But we do have a really, really big announcement. Okay, you guys saw about a month and a half ago, we did a collaboration with Roman Atwood. We came out with a Kinetic Roman collaboration. We are running it back, but this time with the YouTuber Heavy D Sparks. That's right. Banda's already munching. -1 from inventory. -2 from inventory. We got brand new pork chili limes. This is actually a flavor that Heavy D himself requested. If you guys didn't know, most of you guys do, about a year and a half ago, we got hit by a tornado. Heavy D flew in on his Blackhawk, landed, and recovered a whole bunch of vehicles, helped us out, ran my excavator, and got us situated for after the tornado. While he was there, he tried beefcake jerky. He loved it. We started chatting about it. And he's like, you know what would be great is like a chili lime flavor. And I was like, ooh, we've never done that. Fast forward 9 months. Here we are today. Chili lime is live. Only available in this guy, though. This is the limited edition Heavy D bundle available right now, beefcakejerky.com. I'll show you guys what is inside. I mean, come on. Heavy D approved beefcake jerky. The thing's freaking sick. So we've got this brand new SMCO, this is Sparks Motor Company hat. Brands, like, you can't get this anywhere. It's fully custom, looks freaking sweet. It's like perforated, super lightweight. It's like a performance hat. Super sweet, comes in every one of these, as well as 3 of the brand new pork chili line. One of my new absolute favorites. It's completely different than anything else we sell. If you guys like the jerky, the pork jerky, you should definitely try it. It's freaking amazing. Not only that, hooked it up with beef pepper, as well as the
hot and spicy, and pork honey barbecue, the number one seller that we have, pork honey barbecue. And then we've got, let's see, four, if I can count, 2 original, 6 classic, and then 2 of my personal favorites, the jalapeno honey stick. So, I mean, it's loaded. All of this comes in this bundle right here. Not only that, but 50 random. Not the first 50, so if you're watching this, well, it's probably going to sell. But if you're watching this a little bit later, that's okay. 50 random, you're going to get a free Beefcake Jerky hat that's signed. So we got 50 hats right here. They're all signed. We're going to throw in 50 random orders. How do you feel about it? Amazing. Bames was excited. He's munching. So we've got a bunch of, like I said, they're limited edition. Here's the deal. Roman Atwood's bundle, the Kinetic Collab bundle, sold out in 3 hours. I don't know what this one's going to do. Okay, you guys got all fired up about the last one. So if you're watching this and you're like, Flair, that's really cool. I'm going to go check it out. But I'm going to watch this entire video all the way through, and then I'm going to come back. Although I would appreciate the view, I'm going to go ahead and recommend, click link down the description down below, beefcakejerky.com. Go snag you one, then come back and watch the video. We are going to go out to the River Cabin Lake House. It's staying overnight, giving it a dangle. We're fishing on the boat. We're staying overnight. We're going to be cooking breakfast. We're going to be cooking dinner. We're going to be This hook chart tells you what. Now these dreams always.
Dude, they fucking took down the spreadsheets. So you can't fucking see anything. Alright, we're gonna have to travel back over here. Just sucks that. Well, looks like we're gonna have to save this.
Fancy new rod? They'd be flying off the shelves if I had any.
So we're just gonna go down through here, go down through here, go down through here,
A few years ago,
and
I
go
was working
down
in a
through
business a million times the size of
here.
Taylor Sackles. This one's tailor-made for me, though.
Just so we know. Okay, so we need a size Smally, size 7 or 8. Bye. Okay, so we are gonna take this one down. We're gonna grab this one, with this one, with the frog.
You know where I am?
Then we're just gonna drive around these places and grab them real quick so we have them. I'm gonna go over here because there's a place over here real quick. Alright, we grabbed that. Then we're gonna go down this way, grab this one. Then we're gonna go over here, grab this one.
Same thing?
Like I said, we can't really do anything until we start leveling up.
That switching things up can be a good call.
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet.
We need level ups.
The human history of the park itself began at least 11,000 years ago. When the ancestors of the
We get level ups, we can get our rods back.
obsidian, which you'll see dotted around the park, is a key part of their culture.
This was a really special place because it's the only school nutrition in North America. And we offer our students state-of-the-art career center where we ensure students.
We'll come over and grab them in a little bit. Because we're gonna have to come back this way. I literally spent like 13 hours, like 2 years ago, driving around this map. I actually did it on stream. It was actually one of my longest streams. Driving around the map, just unlocking stuff.
I don't wanna get close. I haven't been the same since I loved that hoe. I haven't been the same since I lost my bro. I said I'm gonna change and I know I won't. I get high, I love to smoke. She gon' lie like I'm a joke. You wanna take flights across the coast. Remember those times on horoscope. Life goes on, I can't take breaks. I need faith, no, I need faith. In my mind, I can't escape. Run these lines like I'm an ape. What's the bar? To the bank, I'ma break the shot. Two-door coupe, just push the start. Never break your heart. I don't need no one. I don't need no one standing sober.
playing this sober. Get the world on my shoulders, coming out bold. Yeah, I'm coming out bold. I rap for my soldiers, rap for my soldiers. I told you, I don't wanna get close. I ain't been the same since I loved that hoe. Haven't been the same since I lost my bro. When I say I'm gonna change, when I know I won't. Yeah, I love to smoke. She gon' lie like I'm a dude. Cause that goes. Remember those times, no horoscope. I don't wanna get close. I've been the same since I lost that hoe. I haven't been the same since I lost my bro. When I say I'm gonna change, and I know I won't. I get high and I love to smoke. She won't like I'm a joke. You wanna take flights across the coast. Remember those times, no horoscope. I don't wanna think. I don't wanna play these games. In the bank, in the video games. I'm in the one for the stupid shit. In the movie shit. You're in the stupid shit. They're making when they know you lit. I don't wanna get close. I haven't been the same since I love that hoe. Haven't been the same since I lost my bro. When I say I'm gonna change, when I know I won't. I get high, I love to smoke. She gon' lie like I'm a joke. You wanna take flights across the coast. Remember those times on horoscope. I don't wanna get close. I haven't been the same since I love that hoe. I haven't been the same since I lost my bro. Gonna change when I know I won't. When I get high, and yes I smoke. She gon' lie like I'm a joke. And take flights across the coast. Those times on horoscope. Okay, give me back to the trailhead. I thought this was a little past, but it's not. Give me back to the trailer.
Maybe hanging out around the fire. It's gonna be a good time. You can stay. Shoo! Alright, the lake house, man's already hooked up. We need to just get here for 2 seconds and you just catch another bluegill. Huh? Yeah. First cast. Really? Yeah. We literally, we're pumping the water out per usual. It rains a lot.
And especially
arrowheads. I'm getting the catfishing stuff set up.
Those arrowheads we found as far as the Mississippi,
evening dangle
which means the
mission
locals will
to
likely
hopefully
trade
get
precious
something to
stone to other
harvest. And I'm not
tribes.
necessarily thinking for dinner. I'm thinking for breakfast. Is what I'm saying. Throw them back? Yeah, probably should throw them back. I mean, maybe they're right in that good price. So Ben's already got one on the board. I'm gonna go ahead and dunk these little guys into the stank. We had luck catching one off of literally from the that's it. That's the lake house cabin thing on a lake right across the street from the river campground thing. So we're here, the boat's here. We're gonna give it a dangle. So I'm gonna get the 2 cat lines out. We are going straight to the rocks. Dang it! If you know, you know. We're going straight to the rocks for an evening fishing session. I'm personally hoping for topwater bass. Jake's rigging up a bunch of bluegills and catfish and crappie setups. And Van is, of course, just chucking a live nightcrawler, meaning, hey, if it swims, what did I say? If it bites? No, what did I say last time? If it flies, it dies. Did I say something? If it hooks, it cooks. If it hooks, it cooks. That's it. Vander's big hook and cook dude. So we're gonna get everything loaded in the boat. So I'm gonna throw the cat lines out. We're gonna fish until dark. There's also like a bar. Oh, you guys know the marina. There's like a little bar. I don't know if it's open today. We're gonna go find out. But if it is, we're gonna pull up and see what they got. Vander's feeling a nice margarita, kicking off a little evening hangout session out here. We've got the fire pit, we got we were able to hang out. We did get stuff for dinner. We've been doing a mukbang of stuff we've never had before, so we will be doing that. And then we're gonna be staying overnight. We're gonna be dangling overnight and hopefully have some fish in the
morning for our very first ever overnight. What'd you call it? It's probably not camping. What'd you call this? Just overnight glamping. Overnight glamping. I mean, it's a freaking AC house. So is it camping at that point? I don't know. You guys decide. Shoo! Alright, ran all the way to the rocks. The rocks are here. Look at the sunset. The vibe. I mean, between that and minus one for me.
We're here
Alright,
to
well,
fish,
you guys
not
that
be
order
fish.
or try to order and you're like, it's sold out, I'm gonna do it. This major open, I'm gonna do it. Minus one for me. One of you guys is not gonna do it. The rest of you guys, you're in luck. But we're doing a dangle. So the sun's still up. We got probably, 30, 45 minutes left of at least daylight. Again, this was a hot spot last time. So starting here, I'm not trying to jinx it, but got catfish over here, got crappie, got that 4-pound bass. Remember that? That was right up there. I'm hoping today we have the exact same luck, but maybe a little top water action. So let's get to dangling. All right, boys, starting off a little flicky shad here. I don't know. We got some crappies and some cats. I think this is like a deeper hole than the rest of the lake. So I'll probably start here and then we'll hit those rocks. We got squarebills. Those are always decent. And then, so I got the plot pin. And I got like some poppers, some other top water stuff like that. I think popper on the rocks could be juicy. Interesting. Giant ass carp. Did you guys see that? Oh my god. No, I think it was a common. Yeah, I know his belly was white, but he had he had big scales. Golly. They're up there. I just spooked another something. I'm trying to think of how, a bobber with 6 inches of line and
I am back.
And a jig, maybe? I don't know. I mean, they are seriously like just, I mean, right up on. They gotta be schooled up somewhere still, too. I don't know how you're not getting those crawlers. There's one fish. Fish. I think it's a bass, too. He's shaking pretty hard. Oh, did he come off? Nope, he's a crappie. Good crappie. Good crappie. Good crappie. He's barely hooked, though. Here we go. Oh, baby! Look at him. Is that the biggest crappie we've got? Boys, they're up on them rocks, too. Yeah. Here, just watch this. Ready? Here we go, dude. Every time, barely. That's it, boys. We will absolutely harvest that here. That is by far the biggest crappie. I'm telling you, crankbait on these rocks. That bass, by the way, is right here. So there's something about where both of those on top. Wherever this is, seems to be decent. He's going in the box, though, just to at least secure a little catch. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be dinner. It might be. Could get a little interesting, okay? Go ahead and get him in there.
My mind. Mom! Do you know if Phineas and Ferb are? They're in the garage, honey. Oh, by the way, Jeremy's gonna be here soon. Please try not to embarrass me in front of him again. What do you mean, again? Remember my 5th grade graduation with the inflatable? Oh, that's right. My bad. This is a glorious day for mankind. Ready with the camera so we can document it? How many times have I told you to keep Barry out of my room? What are those? Teleports. Pretty cool, huh? You guys are so funny. Cool, it worked. Candace, are you okay? Wait a second. How did you guys get so big? And why is my hand green? Ah! Platypus! Smelly platypus! I'm a platypus! I'm a platypus! You and Barry going through the teleport at the same time.
Yeah.
Lost a switch your brain.
Hold on. What? Hold on, I'll go with you.